Energy is essential for development, and sustainable energy is essential for sustainable development. Hi everyone, this is Mithanil. Welcome to SUSTAINET. Energy and renewable energy resources is not a new term for us nowadays. Renewable resources are resources that we receive from natural resources. The entire world is looking forward for the advancement in this field. UAE is one of the biggest examples of such countries. In January 2012, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed launched the Green Economy Initiative under the slogan, A Green Economy for Sustainable Development. Under this initiative, the UAE seeks to become a global hub and a successful model of the new green economy. To enhance the country's competitiveness and sustainability and preserve its environment for future generations. Through this initiative, the UAE aims to become one of the world leaders in this area, as well as a center for the export and re-export of green products and technologies, and to maintain a sustainable environment to support long-term economic growth while protecting the environment. The initiative includes a range of programs and policies in the area of energy. Let us discuss green energy and achieving sustainability. Field of green energy aims to promote the production and use of renewable energy. The various initiatives for sustainable developments in the UAE have time and again focused on the conservation of the environment through clean energy, green development, and finding alternative eco-friendly solutions for the increasing demand for water and electricity in the country. One of the most prominent objectives of the UAE Energy Strategy 2050 is to increase the use of clean energy to constitute 50% of the total energy usage in the country. Clean energy is derived from renewable or sustainable energy sources that are not harmful to the environment. Renewable energy is derived from the Earth's natural resources like the sun, wind, and water. There are different types of renewable energy around us. The most prominent ones being the geothermal energy and solar energy. Solar energy is one of the most reliable sources of sustainable energy in the UAE and is popular across the world for its abundance. In 2013, the UAE ranked third in the world for the production of concentrated solar power with a production capacity of about 140 megawatt. Here are few students from the school Eco Club to share their views.
I'm Saishra Rajgopal.
This is me, Prati Singh Rathore.
Hi, I am Sara Jimalo.
Solar energy is a technology used to harness the sun's energy and make it usable. As of 2011, the technology produced less than 1% of the global energy demand. Many of us are familiar with something known as solar panels. We all know what solar panels are. They found on the things like spacecrafts, rooftops, and handheld calculators. So now let's look deeper into the concept of the working of solar energy. Let's have a small example of the regular batteries or cells we use in our houses. The cells are made up of semiconductor materials like those found in the computer chips. When the sunlight hits the cells, it knocks the electrons loose from their atoms As the electrons flow through the cell, they generate electricity. The UAE building the world's largest solar power plant in Abu Dhabi. The plant will diversify Abu Dhabi's energy sector into renewable sources, increasing Abu Dhabi's overall solar power capacity and promoting a greener environment through reduced carbon dioxide emissions. Shams 1, the world's largest CSP plant. It was launched by His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of UAE, in March 2013. The USD 600 million 2.5 square kilometers plant has the capacity to feed 100 megawatts of electricity into the national grid. Energy enough to power 20,000 homes and 175,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year from the atmosphere. The plant is located in the western Abu Dhabi, considered the largest concentrated solar plant and the first utility-scale commercial solar project in the Middle East and one of the largest in the world. Now let's look at another initiative. The Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park is the largest single-site solar park in the world. Based on the IPP model, it will generate 1000 megawatts by 2020 and 5000 megawatts by 2030. The first phase of this project began operations in 2013 with a capacity of 13 megawatts. The second phase began operations in April 2017 with a capacity of 200 megawatt. The third phase will begin operations in 2020 with a capacity of 1000 megawatt, while the fourth phase of the project will begin operations by the last quarter of 2020 with a capacity of 5000 megawatt. The project have the world's tallest solar towers measuring 260 meters. This plant can be responsible for the reduction of approximately 15,000 tons of carbon dioxide annually. The park is expected to eventually cover 440 square kilometers. A 200 megawatt plant, part of the same complex, is currently under construction. The park will produce 5,000 megawatt by 2030.
Thank you, Prachi. We got to know a lot from solar energy. Now let's know something about geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat that comes from the subsurface of the earth. It is contained in the rocks and fluids beneath the earth's crust and can be found as far down as the hot molten rock magma. We all know what is magma. Geothermal energy, which uses no fossil fuels such as coal or oil, works by using the constant temperature of the earth to heat buildings in winter and cool them in the summer. So really, all we all need to do is off that AC and open your windows. Now there are some benefits of geothermal energy. Let's list down one by one. Cost effective. Geothermal systems have become a very economical option for residential and business. Durability. Geothermal heat pumps are efficient and durable. They usually serve for 20 years or more, while the underground piping carries guarantee of only 25 to 50 years. Isn't that great? Environmental friendly. As geothermal energy gets directly from the Earth's interior, no pollutants are emitted when obtaining it. Low maintenance. Geothermal pumps are practically maintenance free. As long as it was properly installed, maintenance costs are usually lessened. Smooth operation. Geothermal heat pumps make virtually no noise at all. As they are positioned under, they are built for silent and efficient operation. Completely noise free. No noise pollution at all.
Now we discussed solar energy and geothermal energy, but we can't avoid wind energy and nuclear energy sources. Wind energy is also one of the most widely used alternative energy sources. Prominent type of renewable energy is found in abundance on the UAE's coastal belt. Wind energy in the UAE can be used to convert the kinetic energy of the wind into mechanical or electrical energy. Part of the UAE's Vision 2021. Sustainable power generation in the country remains an important agenda. While the use of natural sources of energy contribute significantly to the cost of waste into energy is a valuable addition to existing sources of renewable energy in the UAE. 2021, the UAE hopes to increase the use of waste for power generation by 75% with several partner companies helping it reach the UAE renewable energy target. Solar energy has emerged as an ideal source of renewable energy in the UAE. It is economically feasible and uses safe, environment friendly, and reliable technology to produce electricity. Yes, Saisriya, you can share your views about achieving sustainability.
Indeed, solar, geothermal, nuclear, and wind energy are the different alternatives to conserve energy. Now, I wish to list some of the innovative measures that can be adopted and those taken by United Arab Emirates to achieve sustainable development. According to the International Energy Agency, an investment of about $1 trillion will be needed over the next 3 years to ensure economic sustainability. And also, it has formulated a 3-year plan to cover a range of energy sectors. It estimates that investments in low carbon electricity sources such as wind and solar energy rather than fossil fuels or petroleum could help in increasing the annual global economic growth and also help in creating 9 million jobs per year. Isn't that great? And also, these plans include the modernization of electricity grids, sustainable transport systems, smart buildings, and more efficient industrial equipment. It wants to bring about 270 million people to the electricity grid utilizing modern equipments and infrastructure. The International Energy Agency further estimates that these benefits would significantly help in decreasing the greenhouse gas emissions by 45 or 4.5 billion tons in 2023 and also help in decreasing air pollution by 5%. Importantly, this plan isn't calling for investments in untested technologies, that is, advanced batteries, clean hydrogen, recycling, and solar photovoltaics have all proved themselves that these fields could yield huge sustainability gains and energy cost reductions. UAE is known for some of the renowned projects that it has included in its vision for achieving sustainable development. To ensure the success of these ambitious green projects, a renewed emphasis should be placed on public private partnerships. These are often the best solutions when large scale planning and upfront investment is required, which the governments are often best placed to do, along with the private sector's ingenuity and flexibility. This brings me to UAE, which has been a global frontrunner when it comes to long term investments in sustainable or renewable energy powered infrastructure. Dubai's Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park is already the world's largest renewable energy project on a single plot, adding to the energy mix. That is, the first four reactors at Barak is the Arab world's first nuclear power plant, which is due to become operational later this year, while Hatta's hydroelectric power station will produce about 250 megawatts of electricity upon completion in 2024. At BM, we are on course to help Sharjah hit its target of becoming the region's first zero waste to landfill city by 2021, thanks to the Emirates Waste to Energy Company, which was established with Masdar. UAE also has great plans for next year in taking a new step towards green economy. That is, next year, UAE will launch the first waste to energy plant in Sharjah, which deals with the issue of non recyclable waste while supplying alternative energy to the grid. This facility will process more than 300,000 tons of municipal solid waste each year and produce about 30 megawatts of energy, which will be able to power up 28,000 homes and displace most of the carbon dioxide emissions per year. And these initiatives are guided by the UAE Vision 2021, the Green Agenda 2015 to 2030, and the UAE Energy Strategy, which aims to increase the contribution of clean energy from 25% to over 50% by 2050. And also, it aims to reduce the carbon footprint of power generation by 70%. Sultan Al Mansouri, a former UAE economy minister, said that green economy is a priority even now, is a priority for the post-COVID-19 investments as a part of a broader vision for a better future, better economic stability.
Thank you, Saisriya. While development of renewable energy sources in the UAE has powered its effort towards achieving long-term sustainability in every aspect of its governance, Dubai has been at the helm of this movement. The Emirate has been the long-standing trailblazer for environment-friendly living. Besides that, the Emirates Roads and Transport Authority is soon expected to launch flying cars in Dubai, an imminent reality that until now only seemed like a figment of our imagination. The renewable energy sources in the UAE will prove monumental in the coming years to reduce the country's carbon footprint and help it achieve its overall sustainability milestone. However, it is not just the government's responsibility to work towards it. Every single one of us can contribute, and the best way to do it is to first develop environmental consciousness and make your society friendly. For achieving sustainable future is not a small thing. So we all will work together for that. Thank you everyone.